Everybody, welcome. Welcome to the Weiser Tarot Deck Casual. Now, Chris, Elemental Cartomancy, is here. Thank you, Chris. And he is working on something in the background. We're negotiating, we're encouraging, we're actually going, do it.
Bribing people, we're bribing a certain special someone to come on the live with us, and I'm on it in the background. I think said someone has asked for 10 minutes to be presentable, and then they'll come on. So I'm going to send a link.
Okay, and I think said person doesn't need 10 minutes to look presentable. That they are going to just look better than we are. So I'm going to have to like put a crown on or something. Holy mackerel. So I'm Tarotstache, everybody. Thank you for being here, and we are simulcasting this deck casual, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance, really. And I will also say that please purchase responsibly. Know your limits. We are here to share, not to sell. However, links are below to all of our channels, and all of the ways, or the publisher's page for the Weiser Tarot, which is, I think, affordably priced. And if you would like it, there you go. Also, ways to support our channels are linked below. And so how this works is Chris and I talk a little bit about the physicality of the deck. And I just love the look on Chris's face as he's working in the background.
The sheer concentration, I tell you, the sheer stupidity that is going on right now. Like, I accidentally deleted that fucking link. I don't know how many times, Gerald. I am ready to scream.
Okay.
So, bear with me, I'm almost there.
That's all right. Well, I will say hello to we have with us today, we actually have the best chatters who are watching. We also have the work lurkers, the best lurkers, and the future lurkers who are watching us. So it's great to see everybody here. Going to say hi to a few people, and let us know if you have the Weiser Tarot. Zane Tarot Token Witchery is here. Hello, Zane.
Hi, Zane.
So, Anne Miranda. Coyote Rosenbaum, 91. Denise Fletcher Tarot has joined us. Hello. Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path, is here. And we have Simon. Hello, Simon. Good to see you from the Hermit's Cave. Golden 1798. Hello.
Hey, Golden.
Linda Kelzer is here. So great to see everybody here. Thank you. Chris, how the heck have you been? I have not. It's been a while.
I know, yeah, I've been good, thank you. All good. I have just been busy. There's been stuff that's been happening, but so like getting there.
Yeah.
Just I like my mug, by the way. I got a new mug reasonably recently. Sorry, it's catching the reflection of the screen, which I know isn't ideal, but it's like a tree of life type, a Celtic tree type thing.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
It actually looked like a brain to me. When I could see it. The leaves look like a brain.
Yeah.
Well, I have a new mug too, and it's from the merch store. So,
whoa, very exciting stuff.
How's that? So there you go.
It's lovely.
And I might be actually having a little bit of rum with some ginger beer. So,
well, it's only polite if you're having an alcoholic beverage to let your guests know, Gerald, to do so as well. Just saying.
Oh, by the way, Chris, I am having an adult beverage. If you'd like to join me, you could probably,
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I have my cup of tea now, so I'm happy just now. But if I'm ordering any refills at any point soon, then I shall let the barman know.
There you go. Jamie said, I have the Weiser since 2022.
God, is that how long it's been out?
Yeah, it's been out. It actually, here's one of the things, because I'm a geek. I actually have a whole page of notes, and it was published in 2022.
Wow.
Denise Fletcher Tarot liked your mug, Chris.
Oh, thanks, Denise.
So, I can say I purchased my copy after Jamie purchased their copy, because Jamie made me do it. That's how it goes. But how long have you had it, do you think?
Oh, that's a really good question. Do you know? I want to say it was 2023 when I get mine. I got mine slightly after everyone else. With Rider-Waite-Smith decks, I'm not a kind of a see it and I need to get it type. I'll see it. I'll see if it grows on me. If there's something really, really nice about it, then yeah, I'll just get it. But this one, I just kind of let it grow on me. But it's one of my, it's my deck that I've used the most when I'm reading for people,
Right. Oh, sure. Yeah.
And I've got 2 copies of it. I've got one copy that I keep in the car just as a spare deck to have, in case it comes up. But I've got it there because I don't carry a tarot deck with me necessarily, because I don't carry a bag or anything. So, so yeah, it's a great wee deck.
I also keep a tarot deck in my car. I keep the Vanessa Tarot in.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Golden said, I saw a brain too at first on your mug. And Linda de Gonzalez is here. Hello.
Hi, Linda.
So, yeah. So, this is okay. I have to press. I'm going to talk about the physicality of the box first.
Okay.
It does come in a 2-part box. I could have done a flip through for a flip through. There's a lot of good flip throughs about it. It's a nice box. Love me this box. It's good. And what isn't this what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, you go to the knock test.
The knock test. I love it. Golden said, Simon nearly made me do it. So, Richie, Longman Tarot is here. Hi, Richie. So, and it does come with a little white book. Now, this little white book, as I have written down, it is 64 pages. It has an index. And one of the things that I love about this is it actually has a recommended reading list in the back of it. It's like, I love that. I'm a geek, and this is like perfect. So, it also comes in the book. They have some tarot spreads, including a new tarot spread that was created just for this edition, and it's called the Ankh spread.
Okay.
So that was specifically done for the deck. So, and here's the back of the Weiser. And here is
the backs don't do much for me, I have to admit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, in here, if you're really finicky, they're not reversible, because if you do that, the pentagram is not reversible.
Yeah, but that's the same for, see, all of your Smith weights that have the roses and lilies kind of a back. It's the same thing. That thing in the back.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it is not edged. So, have you edged a deck? You've edged decks, haven't you?
Oh, I've edged decks, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Yep.
I'm working on a new project where I'm edging the nested tarot no, I'm not edging it. I'm sanding the nested tarot. Yeah.
I know. I saw your video. Everyone check out Gerald's video.
I'm like, woo. So
yeah, it's not very often we get a wee pre-recorded from our Gerald. So you know, when you do, you've got to check it out.
So the card size is 2 1/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And what do you think? What it's the same size. 3 1/4, 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. Sorry.
Oh, I thought standard tarot size was like 4.75.
Well, this and this, yeah, they work. I mean, they're the same.
Yeah.
Now I'm concerned.
No, don't be. She'll be right. I'll be wrong. But no, it's 4.
Did I write it down wrong?
It's like
I wrote it down wrong. Oh yeah, I wrote it down wrong. That's probably the size of the box.
Maybe the box will be 5 1/4. Yeah.
Bad tarot host. Now the special guest will probably not want to come. But I lied because the special guest is here. And I'm putting the special guest right in the middle.
Hi, gorgeous.
Hello. Good evening. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Oh my God.
Thank you.
I'm like going, we were, oh, by the way, I'm having an adult beverage. So
Excellent.
I'm having an adult beverage, and Chris gave me a difficult time because I did not let him know ahead of time. So my apologies.
I could have been on the sauce, Marion.
No, because then you might have bought your outfit for tomorrow night, express delivery.
Oh, listen, there's no need to share that information here. There is no need. Now we have to tell people because we said it. But
yes.
Gerald, do you mind if my?
No, we have to know this. My question is do I put Marion in the full screen while she tells this?
Oh no, Chris is going to tell it.
Oh, Chris is going to tell it. Okay.
So, you know how I was saying to you, Jed? I think I said it just before we went live that I'm seeing Marion tomorrow because we're both reading at student halls. So what I didn't say was it's a masquerade themed night. It's called a masquerade night. So it was Marion that let me know about it. Marion, very, very kindly, because she's brilliant like that. She'll say to me, "Oh, like these events are really good. Apply for this." So she sent me it right after I said, "Right, that's me applied." She sent me from like Temu or something, like a masquerade type outfit, and says this can be, this would be a good outfit for it.
Like so a Venetian gentleman.
Yeah. Like imagine like a gothic Mr. Darcy, I don't know. But anyway, masquerade type. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to have to dress up. I'm going to have to get, like the mask. And so I've spent like the next, so bearing in mind, this was Halloween actually. This was Halloween night, right? So I've spent the next 3 weeks looking up outfits on Amazon, on Temu, on everywhere. I'm thinking I could just wear my shirt and trousers, and I'm like looking up like waistcoats and ties and pocket squares, talking to my friends like what colour do you think I'd look best in, all that kind of a stuff. I need to get myself a mask and all this. And I happened to say to Marion last Friday, right, not even a week ago, oh, I've been looking up. She's like, what are you talking about? I says, this masquerade thing that I'm supposed to dress up for. She's like, I'm no dressing up. I was like, what do you mean? So if I hadn't happened to mention it, I would have turned up looking like a right dick. And this Shane would have turned up in our trackies.
I do not own trackies.
Well, compared to what I would have looked like.
I'll have you know, I do not own trackies or joggies. You would have looked very affectionate. You would have had to get an oxygen mask for me to pick me up off the floor. That's the kind of mask I would need.
Oh, so
are you not going to wear it then?
No, because I never bought it. Thankfully, Gerald.
Oh, you never bought it. Okay.
No, I was going to like kind of get it in the days before from Amazon. I'm glad I mentioned it. Otherwise,
yeah.
Well, see, I've actually got a Venetian Carnival Tarot, which I will be taking to read with tomorrow.
Great. That doesn't help Chris. I mean, if he had shown up.
I'll send you some images for the deck, shall I, so that you can get some ideas, some inspiration, shall we?
Oh my gosh. And by the way, our guest is Marion K. Tarot, who I'm having a bit of a fanboy moment. So I'm like going, really? Holy frack. I'm on the screen with Marion K. Tarot. So I'm getting a little flushed if I'm feeling like really, whoo. Okay, I'm hot.
Yourself, Gerald.
No.
Done.
Why? Do not deny me this pleasure.
All right, okay.
Do not deny me this pleasure.
I've got a moon in Venus and an Aries. No, a moon in Aries and a Venus in Aries. I deny no pleasure.
There you go. You probably encourage it quite a bit.
Absolutely.
Yes. And look who's here. Hello, Sandra.
Hi, Sandra.
And
hello, everyone.
Tortoise Shell Moon Kathy asked Trackies. Shots fired.
Tracky, what tracksuit bottoms, sweatpants?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just like, they're saying, Chris saying that you're wearing trackies. It's like, oh, shots fired. He's coming for you.
I was getting myself all nice and settled with a cup of tea and a wee bit of cherry bun with a wee bit lurk pack on it, ready to watch you two. The next minute, this Sheen here messaged me, "Oh, what are you up to? Do you fancy jumping on a live?" And I'm like, well, it's just as well as having an all right hair day.
You always have an all right hair day. Every time I've seen you, even when you've popped into Chris, your hair is gorgeous.
Aye, that's because I know that's because I make an effort, Gerald.
Just say yes. Just let me live in a fantasy that, oh, this is how you roll out of bed.
Your hair is beautiful today, hen.
Oh,
yes.
Thanks.
Yes, it's gorge. It's gorge. So, Marion, you know something about the Weiser Tarot. Chris was sharing that you know some stuff. Give us the dirt. Tell us.
There's no dirt to tell, really. Right, okay, so first and foremost,
all right.
I don't own the deck.
It's okay.
I don't own it. But basically, I know the woman who basically was behind it, bringing it to the market for Weiser, head of sales for Weiser, Laurie.
Well, and what's really great, well, I think that's an important thing to talk about, how this deck came about. It is, it's based on the 1909 new classic, the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. And this was created, let's see if all of my notes, this was created for Weiser's publishing. Hang on. I have it noted here. And this is how old I am. Weiser Books was celebrating their 65th anniversary as a publisher. So there's, and again, little white books. Read them, people. So
somebody who writes them, please do read them.
yeah. Somebody writes them. Yeah. So it was created. It was created for that, and one of the things. Okay, I'm going to take a sip. More people have come in. Hello, Jonathan's here, and oh yeah, here you go. I woke up like this. That's your new tagline. Oh, by the way, while I'm sipping, Marian, do you have anything you want to tell people about something maybe on Kickstarter?
Yeah, I have got a deck currently funding in Kickstarter. It's called the Grief Journey Oracle, and we are what, 153 or 57% funded. We fully funded in 3 days, and it's been steadily climbing ever since. And it closes a week on Saturday, so still a week to go. And okay, so I know you're having like a fangirl moment, Gerald, right? But the other day, I literally had a fangirl moment where the wonderful, the great Ciro Marchetti actually shared my campaign on Facebook.
Love it.
It was pretty monumental, I have to say. It was because he's very particular as Uncle Ciro. You know, he doesn't just, you know, go into bat for anybody. So
I love that. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So
you can't see him, but this is Clive. This is one of the original oil paintings from the deck, and this is the Freedom card, but I affectionately call him Clive.
Very nice.
So he's my darling.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. And
if anybody would like to, you know, contribute, etc., or just share it and tell people, it would be most appreciated.
We have actually, Chris has put in the Kickstarter link into his chat.
Thank you.
I have copied Chris and put the Kickstarter in my chat. So, and I'm not sure what this is, but Maru put it in, so it's got to be good. So,
flip through.
Oh, is that your flip through? Okay.
Possibly. I done a silent one with just music over the top of it, but if you want to see a kind of more in-depth one, the lovely Lisa Papes did a walkthrough, and bless her, she had to heavily edit it because she messaged me and she was like, I think I've just cried a river.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot you were a Cancerian. I was like, I should have sent like a wee post that this is going to make you cry. Have Peggy ready to make you laugh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, well, I'm very excited for you. This is delightful. And Marian K. Tarot is on Instagram and occasionally does Instagram Live.
How's your garden, Gerald?
My garden is actually under plastic right now because I need to kill everything so that I can actually plant things.
Okay.
It's part of a process. It's okay.
Okay.
But I love it. I love it. She's like, okay, Gerald, stepping away, leaving now. But my creativity garden. Yeah. My creativity garden is going very nicely. I was actually working on some stuff before we went live. So
good.
Yes. So
but I'm loving this this whole background, Gerald, with the googly eyes and the tash. Absolutely loving it.
You seen his merch?
No, have you got merch?
He's wearing it.
Oh, I obviously do. How fabulous.
It's all good. Well, so you don't have the Weiser Tarot.
No, but I've got the T on it.
Yes. Well, and here's one of the things that I found interesting is because and look, Marissa said I posted the Kickstarter link to my Facebook Tarot fan club.
Oh, thank you so much. See, people have been so kind, and I'm just like, really? So nice, thanks.
Yeah. So one of the things
that was exciting. Sorry, Gerald. You've got an exciting live that you've now announced. Is that right, Marian? Coming up?
No. And Sunday evening, 8 o'clock UK time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern. Myself and the fabulous Mr. Christopher Hughes of the Yuletide Tarot, of the Celtic Tarot, of the Bee Tarot, and various books. Myself and he will be having a little chat over in my Instagram channel if you want to come and check that out.
That's incredible.
Remember that. I was going to say, remember that that well-endowed King of Cups from the Celtic Tarot? The chap behind that, the mastermind behind that. If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm. You know, Mr. Hughes is in fact a Scorpio, which correlates to.
I wasn't sure what you were going to say there, by the way. You know, Mr. Hughes. ... Whoa.
And I just have to use, you know, you're talking about, you know, that king. I'm going to cover my mouth with my tiny hands because tiny hands make everything look bigger, Marion.
Oh,
did you know that?
I was there before you had to say it, Gerald.
So, yeah.
I've met some men with tiny hands in my time, I can assure you. Tell you.
Wow.
Anyway.
Joanne just got the Bee Tarot a week ago.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. The cardstock is slightly linen finish, which is different from Llewellyn, because so I've got a wee bit of Naty, I really own the Weiser, right? But Christopher had a wee bit of a hissy fit apparently with Llewellyn, I can't say it Welsh, right? But Llewellyn, and asked if there was something that they could do about the cardstock because he's a Scorpio and he likes the finer things in life. And they came up with this new, they're trialing the new cardstock in various different decks.
Well, there you go. I mean,
you don't ask, you don't get, Gerald.
That's right. You don't ask, you don't get. That's why we asked you to join us. So, and Joanne said it's beautiful and resonates with the beekeeper in me.
Well, one of the reasons and inspirations behind the deck was because Christopher's husband, he keeps bees. He is a beekeeper, and there's like a hive. He's got a hive and whatnot in their garden in Anglesey, in Wales.
I love it.
See, I know all the gossip.
You do.
Come and ask me. I know.
You do. You know, and trust me. Before Marion leaves, I'm going to be giving them my email so we can do something. So, because I have to say, the two of you inspired. Because I saw you jumping on with Chris, and you did a reading for each other using the same spread, which inspired a series of shows that I'm doing called Readings for Readers. Because how often do those of us who do readings live get readings? I mean, except for me, because I'm always coming to Chris's roundtable readings. You know, I've been there 3 times, and it's probably due for a 4th. Something like that. But yeah.
Well, the problem that I have is, see when like I go to events, right? So like talking about the Halloween one that me and Chris were at, right? So later on in the evening it was really quiet because there was a band on and they were really loud. So people didn't really see the readers. So I went to one of the readers and I was like, is there any chance I can get a reading for you? I just fancy like a reading. I swear to God, you've never seen fear in somebody's face like this in your life. For you? And I'm like, no, my shadow behind me, of course, for me. We're just like, and that's the thing. It's like you get to, like, people like, kind of elevate you into this position and then they get intimidated. And I'm like, no, I just really want a reading, please, because I have questions.
Yeah. I wouldn't be scared of you, Marion.
That's because you've got an Atlantic Ocean between us, Gerald.
Okay. I'm a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio, Cancer, so I wouldn't be scared of you.
So basically, I'm in a Scorpio sandwich.
Lucky you.
I can't get away from these. I swear. I collect cheese like we collect tarot decks, honestly.
Well, see, it's interesting that you mentioned the astrology, because one of the things that they did with the Weiser is they added some information. They actually have added the Hebrew or the Qabalah and the astrological correspondences to the bottom of each deck.
Yep.
So if that's something that you are learning, it's a great opportunity to have that. They did change the font, because this is the font, but you know, there you go. I'm avoiding showing you what I did with my. Do you want to see what I did with my original Rider-Waite?
Go ahead.
I put mustaches on all of the figures.
Love it. Love it.
So
absolutely right. You two might be able to help me. Okay, with your extensive knowledge. Do you know of a Waite-Smith deck that has got the titles in Mandarin?
Do you know who would know? Simon, if he's still here.
Simon, if Simon's still here.
If you're still here, let us know if you know of one, because Simon is the
Waite-Smith guru.
Yeah. If anyone knows of a Waite-Smith, then it'll be Simon. I know there's the. Oh, there's Jeffrey. Hi, Jeffrey.
This is my husband. Jeffrey. Holy freak. This is Marion K. Tarot. Okay.
Hello, Jeffrey.
I want to say. Sorry, Gerald, on you go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm just rambling, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
No.
If Simon's not still here, I will message him and ask him. In fact, I'll message him anyway and ask him just now.
It's not for tomorrow night. Don't worry. It's just.
I was going to say it's a little late to be trying to find it now, Marion. What time is your show?
We've to be there for 5 to set up.
5, yeah. Yeah.
Chris just wants to go on the slide.
Yeah, there's a slide. So there's 2 levels, Gerald, and there's a slide going from the upstairs to the downstairs. Nice. How exciting is that?
But I'm telling you, see these student accommodations. It's nicer than my flat.
I'm almost thinking, Chris, though, that don't you have to be in costume to use the slide?
I think so.
Well, in that case, you're not using the slide, Marion.
I'm not getting done it. I'll get stuck. It's Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is going through my first house. God knows what could happen to me.
Oh my gosh. So the Weiser Tarot, they were doing it in honor of the 65th anniversary of Weiser Publishing. And there's a nice little story about that. And part of what they did is, and I have some notes written down here. What they did is they kept Pamela Colman Smith's original line drawings, and they added vivid watercolors to it. And they also took the opportunity to use some skin tones, change some skin tones on the characters. And so I was also looking at this. I think some of the figures, and come for me, YouTube. I think some of the figures are pretty androgynous. Some of them, they don't present either masculine or feminine. They could go either way. So do you agree with me, Chris? Or what do you think?
100%. But I was going to say, I think that probably comes more from Pixie's art, because Pixie used models for her paintings, and like I can't remember the specific examples. I feel as though the Queen of Wands might have been a male model, or you know, she didn't. It wasn't like female to female and male to male. You know, she used different genders of models. So I think the deck. Sorry, Marion, on you go.
I was just saying it was whoever she could get at the time.
I would think so. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I think that the deck does have that quality, but I think a lot of Smith-Waite decks have that. Some of them that have been redrawn, maybe that quality's been taken away, probably because the person who's redrawn it has in their head, right, this is the Queen of Wands.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they're that's influencing how they're drawing it. But yeah, that 100%.
Yeah. So the deck is bordered, by the way. See, look at me. I'm continuing to talk about the deck because it you know, it does say we're gonna talk about the deck. So the deck is bordered, and the back is bordered as well. So
it is reversible. Well,
it's except that's anything, yeah. What is that called, Chris?
That's the rose. That's the
rose.
The rose. What do you call it? Is it?
Yeah.
Do you know something about the Cornish rose or the?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but you're right. It has a name.
It's to do with one of the English counties.
Right.
That they're a Tudor rose. Thank you, Linda.
Oh,
okay, Linda for the win. So
Linda gets a gold star.
Linda gets several gold stars. And of course, I'm glad I didn't miss this opportunity to catch Chris. So, you know, I mean, Jeffrey has a thing for Chris.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he does, because, you know, when I explain this to somebody, I'm going to talk about you for a second, Chris, if you're not here, okay? And
right.
I'm not going to objectify you.
Okay.
Oh, please do.
No, I'm not going to objectify him. He's intelligent. He's articulate. He is a good listener, extremely knowledgeable, and it helps that he's good to look at, and he has the great accent. I do not have an accent.
He's also my emotional support Scorpio.
Okay.
He's also taller than me, which is nice when we go anywhere.
Okay, that's good.
And somebody said to me on Friday night, in fact, right, they were like, when they seen Sandy coming in, right, to collect you, and they were like to me, what? And you can see, because I think they must have thought we were like together, and right. I was like, what is it? They're like, is that not? And I'm like, no, Chris is married to Sandy, and it was like, oh, but you, I'm like, our pals. He's my emotional support Scorpio.
I love that. That should be actually, you should get that on a t-shirt. Emotional support Scorpio. Simon jumped in and said, very similar to the Yorkshire Rose.
That's what I was thinking. Thank you, Simon. Yeah, it was I.
And Topaz is here. Hello, Topaz.
Oh, hi, Topaz.
And apparently, I do have an accent.
It's an American accent.
It's an Ohio accent.
Ohio. Can I just say, see, when I was 12, I won a game of Scrabble with the state Ohio.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a proud moment.
Yes.
It was before the internet.
So one of the things about the Weiser Tarot is the only thing that they have changed about the naming of the cards is they have changed the name of the Hanged Man to the Hanged One. So yes. So
oh my God, how have I never noticed that? Sorry, having a moment.
Sorry. No, have a moment, but that's just because I was actually comparing them to the other, to my other deck. Full disclosure, everybody probably knows this. I'm not a huge RWS fan. because I find the images hard to work with because the line work and the reproduction of it, it doesn't do the artwork justice. And, but, you know,
well,
but this one, go ahead.
No, what I was going to say is I was going to agree with you, Gerald, right? And for many years, like in my early tarot career, I resisted the Waite-Smith for that reason. I did not like the imagery. I thought it was dull and I thought it was muggy. But what I did was I bought the Radiant version. And that changed my entire relationship with the deck.
Yeah.
And then I appreciated like the original artwork, and I got myself the Centenary Waite-Smith, which the line work is so much better than the Rose and Lilies backs. And it's just
Sandra really likes the colors of this deck. I agree with you. I am a real big fan of the colors of these decks. And I've got some notes to that as well. So, Topaz says the RWS is a great base foundation to build on with other decks and oracles, though it delivers a message if carried well. Yeah. And Linda is off. Bye, Linda.
Oh, bye, Linda.
Hi, Linda. It was nice to see you.
So, and strength is 8 in the major, and justice is 11. Court cards go Page, Knight, Queen, King. And I'm trying to check to see if there were any specifics. And the correct size is 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. Chris was correct. Gerald was wrong. Snap that, you know, put it in, you know, make a short of it.
Don't argue with him with numbers. He's a mathematician, Mensa expert.
It was more because I knew this was standard tarot size. And when Gerald said 5 1/4, I was like, oh, is standard tarot size really 5 1/4 inches? I thought it was like 4 and something. And that was why it prompted the thought in my head. But sometimes I can come across as though I'm just correcting people, and I don't mean it like that.
It's the box. It's the box is what that size. And I got that from the publisher's website. And by the way, the publisher's website, if people would like to purchase responsibly or know their limits, it is linked below. Marion's websites and all of her contact information will be linked below when we're done. So
and I've just announced my year ahead readings. There is very limited spots if anybody wants a year ahead reading with me.
You did what?
Year ahead readings.
Oh. Okay.
I have very limited time, but I still put them up just for a few days in December.
Enough to create panic so that everybody, you know, has FOMO. Because they can only get a year ahead reading the week before the new year.
2 weeks before the new year.
There you go. Okay. All right.
I need to say hi to Robbie, by the way. Hi, Robbie.
Hi, Robbie. So, hello. Especially if you've got tiny hands. 5 1/4 inches is huge. Yeah.
Robbie, you need to change where you hang out if you think that's big.
Tortoiseshell Moon, Kathy said, I've had the Weiser Tarot in my cart for ages. Looking at it now, it's rather beautiful. I don't know why I haven't bought it yet.
I know why haven't.
Well, why haven't you, Marion?
Because
do I need to gift this to you?
No. Because I'm friends with the publisher, I can acquire them.
I love it. I'm friends with the publisher. I will acquire them. So,
see the managing director of Weiser. I was introduced to him at the London Book Fair this year, and apparently I dazzled him.
I can see that. Did you see what Robbie said?
See, I'm psychic, Robbie. I've got this whole psychic thing going on with that. It's my Aries moon.
Hi, Kiba. Yeah. So one of the things I want to show, because the watercolor, I think they've done very effectively, because each suit has a tone that works with it. So yeah, the elements. So the swords have a purple tone, and I'm not going to show all of them, but I wanted to show a few. And I mean, and they use the watercolor effectively, in my opinion. So
who was it recalled? Was it Shaheen Merno, or
who did the watercolor?
Yeah,
Please hold.
I'm sure it was.
Oh, here. Oh, should I be a jerk? And here. Wait a minute. Let me take this comment off. Let me do this. Here you go. Welcome. Today's video is sponsored by the word moist. Everyone say it with me. Moist. 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 For those of you who are not
moist on the screen, Gerald.
Do what?
You're supposed to do a trigger warning before you say that word these days.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, here in the United States, it's Thanksgiving, where yeah.
Moist.
So the turkey, you know, we wish that your turkey is moist, and no one used that word to describe it.
Nobody likes a dry turkey.
No, and you know, sorry, Robbie. Sorry. So, and I'm looking for information about the.
Yeah, I've been trying to look as well, but maybe I'm just missing it. But I can't see anywhere where it tells you who did the watercoloring.
I'm sure Shaheen, the person that did is it the Uncommon Tarot, and they wrote a book with Theresa Reid.
I know who you mean. Yeah.
Hard Times or something.
Right. Was it him that done it?
Tarot for Troubled Times. I'm sure I've got this. Maybe it's something else, but I've got this weird thing in my head. I don't know if it's maybe a Mandela effect or something, but I've got something in it.
Well, okay, so basically if it was
Thanksgiving, I would phone my mate Laurie, you know, who's really important at Weiser Books, you know, at the publishers of the deck, and you know, just say, "All right, doll."
Well, you could text them.
No, she's out. She's out for Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
But it was Laurie, my friend, who insisted on the cardstock. So the good cardstock is
the good cardstock. Yeah, it's a nice cardstock. Jonathan had mentioned it is a little stiff when you first get it, and you need to break it in. So the wands, by the way, have an orange tone to them, an orangey yellow. So you've got that. And then we have the cups. Any guesses what the cups background color is?
Blue.
It's blue.
Wow. I'm psychic.
Yes. Yes. So, and any guesses on the pentacles?
Green.
Green.
See, there's a reason I'm not allowed to take part in any pub quizzes.
Because you will win, or you will beat your opponents relentless and use the word moist.
I'm very competitive. I'm not allowed to play team sports. I'm not
you're sandwiched between two Scorpios.
But I'm a Taurus. I win.
This just in, Robbie said the innuendos you are providing are what I'm thankful for on this day, this Thanksgiving. Well, I'm glad I can help. Make sure you subscribe because there's a lot of those innuendos. So,
innuendos.
So, Chris, say something about the deck.
So you mentioned the colours and how it's colour coded and there's a colour scheme to it. There is, and I love it. What I think makes it even better is it's not just like there's a uniform blue throughout the cups or whatever. The tone of the blue changes. So let me do my thing here and I'll show you what I mean, because I did put my deck in order for this. So there's the 5 of Cups. Hang on, we don't see the colour very well there. That's maybe a bit better.
That's better. Yeah.
But like if we look at the cup cards around about it, you can see that the sky is kind of a changing depending on the mood of the card.
So it's kind of blue for the 5.
Yeah. So it's kind of a doomy gloomy type. But you can see that there's like, and it's not like major in your face changes. It's quite subtle, but I do like it. There's this kind of
I agree.
There's a bit of thought put into it. I think that's really well done. I love as well. Like there's some of the, like I've picked out some of the cards just because I absolutely love the colours. I think they're absolutely beautiful. So I love that Knight of Swords. I think the camera isn't really doing it much justice, but I love the yeah, it looks a bit better there. But I love the purples in the background on that.
Yes.
What's the silver?
Oh, that's me, Marion. I've written on the deckings.
It's not Aquarius, it's Gemini.
So the Knights are...
Oh, debate.
Oh, the Knights are 2 parts fixed in the one before it. The Queens are the cardinal in the 2 parts cardinal in the one before it. The Kings are 2 parts mutable in the one before it. Based on the wheel, but based on most of the wheels. You do different.
Okay, that's fine.
I love the moon as well. The moon's colouring is beautiful.
The moon's colouring is beautiful. Yeah, and this is what's really nice about this is you can I mean, it's night. You can tell that, and there's quite a depth to that. It's great.
Yeah.
So
it's very
nice.
Cosmic
Valentine by Joanne. So and by the way, for those of you who are interested, there's no copyright on the Weiser Tarot. So not on the cards. So
you mean it's no marked?
It's not, yeah, the copyright is not on the cards.
Right. With the US Games version, it isn't stamped on them.
Yeah. Well, but we're not talking about the US Games. We're talking about the Weiser Tarot.
I know, but I'm just comparing and contrasting. I'm just here to cause trouble, Gerald.
Good.
I mean, you knew what you were getting yourself into when you asked me. I mean, you know.
Did. Maru said they need to make a tarot card size auto shuffler. So, are you familiar with the auto shufflers?
Yes.
You can get card shuffle. They need to make them for standard tarot decks.
You just need Chris to come and show you how to shuffle.
Yeah, I taught Marion how to ruffle, shuffle, and bridge last week. And it was so sweet because she managed to get them to bridge and went, oh!
And I got a fright and I stopped halfway through and I was like, I don't know what to do.
Oh my gosh. Do you have okay, I have a couple of cards that I wish were different.
Ooh.
I can talk about something generally, yeah, keep
going.
No, you go first.
Well, one of the cards that I am not a fan of is the Ace of Pentacles, because in my mind, I don't want the green around the pentacle. It just doesn't sit right with me.
Right, okay.
Artistically.
I could make an argument for that, though.
Well, feel free to make an argument. I mean, you'll be wrong, but that's okay. You're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Say the pentacle is made of copper, and if you think of old copper pennies, when they start to rust, they go green.
Yes, you're right. Here, let me say it. You're right, Marion. You're right. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this better? Is this better? Here you go. You're right, Marion. Of course you're right. Green is the money color. It is. So
I grew up with a nest of Scorpios, Gerald. You'll know one, trust me.
That's all right. Chris, what else were you going to say?
So I love what they've done with you mentioned what they've done with the skin tones. They've tried to kind of make the deck a bit more diverse by including more people, more cultures in the deck. And I have to say as well, because I heard some, but it's the shouldn't it be shining you?
That's my husband supporting his husband.
Oh,
that doesn't count if it's family.
So I have to add in that they didn't only just change the color of the skin, they changed features too. And I think that's important if you want to make a properly, do it properly. Yes. And you're trying to represent someone, you need to do it right. Do you know what I mean? So the example that I'll use is the magician. Like when you actually study the card closely, they've made subtle changes to like his hair type and his his facial features in order to do that justice.
And so again, forgive the mustache. Simon brings up. Simon says patina. You're right. There is the patina. So,
but the reason the what I was going to then go in to say is, what I don't like is that in some of them, there's like this weird sheet white. Like it's like the skin's left sheet white. For example, the Fool.
Yeah.
Like there's just no pigment to the skin.
Yeah.
It's actually seeing that night. What'd you say, Marion? Sorry.
It's a Scottish Fool.
Well, this is true. This is true. So look at that knight's face. That is pure. That's the same white as the horse. Now, I feel like that almost looks like they've either forgot to colour it or they've made some weird artistic choice where they've chosen to leave it like that. And I don't understand it. So that's one of the things that I wish that was maybe a wee bit more complete about the deck. It's not the end of the world. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but it is one thing that comes to mind about it.
Yeah, I mean, and another thing, I'm the downer. I'm like, one thing that I have always struggled with in the RWS is the 10 of Pentacles, because all of this stuff right here, the line work, I mean, we've lost it. We can't see the person and what's going on and the dogs, and I just wish it were clearer, but
So see that foliage in the 10 of Pentacles. See if you look at the King of Pentacles. Right, compare and contrast. Hold the two together. Look at them on your screen. It's the same foliage.
Yes.
So it's an indication that the old gentleman and the 10 is a more mature version of the king.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Look at that. You should write books, Marion.
I know.
It's like crazy. And what's funny is I probably have one of your books like right down here next to me. But sorry.
I don't have any books.
Whatever.
I don't.
But you've written introductions and stuff like that. Your name is on stuff.
And my name is on stuff, yes.
Oh, I love it. Oh, my name is on stuff. Okay. Yeah. Golden says the white skin put me off buying the Weiser. I think, here, one of the great things is there are so many wonderful things about this coloration it makes me very, very excited. And I actually like the Lovers. That's a really colorful card.
Mm.
And that makes me happy. That makes me happy. I'm also a big fan of the Hermit. Come on. Love me a hermit like that. So,
yeah, he's nice.
So Chris is investigating something. I can tell.
I'm not agreeing with you.
No, I know. Yeah, I know.
He's checking out express delivery for his outfit.
Yeah, he's sending you a copy of the Weiser.
He's getting some pretty wee court shoes with bows on them for tomorrow night.
I totally want to see that. I totally want to see that. I am also. We talked. You know, I like this beautiful. This is a beautiful card. The blue in here. You can really appreciate the lilies in there.
Yes.
And I am a person who, when I do readings, a lot of times the colors between the cards will show up and will come to the surface. So, you know, there's for me, there's a great depth of that.
See, can I ask a question? And people in the chat chime in as well. But when you're reading the cards, right? So, do you pick up a lot on the imagery of the cards? Because, see, for me, it's like I have, like Ollie is right, I have all these tarot decks. But I could read with 78 bits of plain white paper with the name of the card written on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, you know what I mean? And I would still get the same reading. So, I mean, how important is the actual imagery to people? You know, is it like a kind of some people think more than they feel, or some people feel more than they think? Is it, do you know what I mean? That interests me with people, because I think it adds a different dynamic.
Mm-hmm. So you're asking if we're image driven or we're card name driven?
So I mean, you know, because people are different. You know, some people see in pictures, other people see in words. You know, are like phrases, etc.
Mm-hmm.
What are your
thoughts on that, Chris?
I do. But would you like to go first, good sir?
No, go ahead.
I would say I'm quite driven by the image. I read from all points of view, really. When I'm pulling cards, I will interpret the cards as you would interpret, like just for example, the Ten of Pentacles. But then if I've got the Ten of Pentacles next to, say, right, let's just say Ten of Pentacles next to the King of Pentacles now, because you pointed out, Marion, I'll look for like symmetry in the cards. I'll look for like similarities. Rachel Pollock always, when she was live with Justin, I says, well, you know, what advice would you give on being a really good tarot reader? And she said, one, what you love loves you back. So if you love the tarot, then it will love you back. And our second piece of advice was pay attention to what's going on. So actually look and see, you know, is there a story being told in the images? And I don't just do that because that's what Rachel Pollock says, although I think that would be a perfectly valid reason for doing it. But yeah, I do. I look to the images to see what's going on. I'll interpret it. Sometimes it could be, it's like, I do it more when I'm reading Tarot de Marseille. I'm very one way or the other. I can be very analytical and say, right, you know, you've got an 8 sandwiched between 2 2s, so your 2s means this, your 8 means this, so this is kind of a, do you know what I mean? And sometimes, like, you know, I'll be like, right, your 2 of Swords, you know, that you've got this kind of a protective layer around this rose, and do you know what I mean? So really honing into the images. So I'm not one or the other. I kind of am a blend of both, I would say. That was a really, really long answer to a really simple question, which is something that I'm realizing that I really specialize in. really long, drawn out answers to really simple questions. So I do apologise, but there you go. That's my answer.
Why you apologize?
I thought it was a great. I followed you along the whole way. I am a person who, well, it's interesting that you mentioned the Marseille, because Chris, I studied Marseille with you and Robin, Toadstool Tarot, for a while, and I was stuck on this is a 2 of batons, and it means this, but then I started to notice the imagery and how the imagery between the cards related. And it did add a depth of understanding and a depth to the reading. I think, Marion, for me, yes, I could read with little pieces of paper with the card meanings on them. I would be much more efficient with that if I were truly well grounded and connected with the act of reading. And if I were connected, for lack of a better term, if I were plugged in. Sometimes the imagery that lifts off for me is different than the traditional meaning.
Yeah.
But that's the one that I go with, because that's what's important. If that's what is rising to the surface, I need to honor that.
Yeah,
I need to honor that.
That was just because I suddenly, for whatever, one of you said something, and it was like I just remembered like that the time that I went to a reading gig and I forgot my cards, and it was in a pub, and I ended up going freaking out, and I went to the barman and I was like, "Have you got beer mats in the cellar?" And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Right, I need 7, 8 of them," and me and him peeled like the one side of the beer mat off, and I got a pen and I just wrote the name of the cards, and that was what I read with the entire night.
I love that.
I remember like what you said there. It's like my brain's like fizz, but it just reminded me, so I thought I would ask the question. Well, we've got a room of people.
Jeffrey said, "I think an entry-level knowledge of the meaning, numerology, etc., is important for me."
Yeah, because having that foundation.
Yeah, the foundation. And I have a series called Tarot the Stash Way, and we talk about these types of things. There's lots of different ways to read tarot. You need to use the one that works for you in that moment. And sometimes if you memorize, that you can do readings that way. If you just memorize that the 5 of Pentacles is always this, that's fine. But then you can read it intuitively, which is also fine. And there's great readers out there who read intuitively. I think there's a beauty of wisdom when you can combine both of them.
Yes.
And let them, I like to use the word, when you let them dance and romance and interact together, that, especially when you have a really thoughtful question, it gives you the understanding of, well, it allows you to love the cards back.
Yep. So. I would totally agree, and I love that there. You should know the rules so you know how to break them. Absolutely. That should be like my life mantra.
Yeah.
Intuition is inner knowing. It's it's about knowledge and understanding. That's what the word means, isn't it? So, to me, like knowledge of things and understanding of things is what feeds your intuition. So why would you not want to know? Do you know what I mean? Like why? Like there's great readers that can pick up a deck and just read it intuitively, right? Fair enough. Like I'm not disputing that, but to me, your intuition is fed by your knowledge. So that's why I like to use, the meanings of these and stuff. We've spoke about this before, haven't we, Marion? And we've maybe get slightly different views on it. I'm take the view. It started out as a game. Do you know what I mean? So nobody.
I'm with you. Oh no, it
Yeah.
did start out as a game, you know, and it's like I do laugh like kind of internally, and I'll probably get crucified for this, but it's like when you look on social media and you get people like saying that it's this like ancient wisdom, and there is so much wisdom in the tarot. You know, I'm not disputing that, but take it down a notch, people. It was a flipping game. You know, it's like, chill out.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, and whether you like it or not, it's fully Christian iconography. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it, that's where it started, because it started in Italy, and Italy is a Catholic country. It's a Christian country, and you can dress it up any way you like, but that was the roots of it.
Yes.
So,
and by the way,
yes.
Marion, as a gay man who has a fan, I have to, after you said that, Marion's right, everybody. Get over it. It started as a game.
I know people who can take you to the actual front door of the house where the first deck was created.
Wow.
So,
Sandra did say, I often read intuitively. And I think that's great. Exactly, Jeffrey. I always told my students you have to know what the cards represent. So during your during readings, you can let different aspects of the cards to jump out at you without worrying about meaning.
It's like how I describe it is, it's like me who does not drive, right? But it's like when you learn to drive, you pass your driving test. And it's not because, and you don't pass it because you're an amazing driver. You have reached a certain level of proficiency. Yes. And then when you start to drive alone, that's when you really learn how to drive. Yes. Or in my case, learn to be chauffeured. I'm a princess.
Didn't you just get your permit?
Me, no.
Somebody just got their permit. I was watching recently.
No,
so.
I sat my test. I took lessons and I sat my test, and I get the head exam on a Saturday afternoon, and I failed my test literally about 400 or 500 yards from the test centre on the way back.
Oh,
wow.
And obviously I took a huff. And I have been in that huff for the past 23 years.
Oh my goodness. Tarot Destroyer's here. And I think that was meant to be an insult, but sweetheart, that is like a compliment to me, so you need to up your game. Chris is more gay than the other guy. I have proof. Fucking proof. Oh, that's brilliant.
I'm actually loving that.
Listen, my gayness cannot be measured. It is so immense. So
that's that bitch it was on the last time, wasn't it?
Tarot Destroyers are they're a well-known troll. They're here all the time. I don't really want to give them more, but I just had to laugh at that. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah. And Sandra has taken care of. Sandra has taken care of. You can also take care of it from your side, Chris. Clicking on it if you want.
I bet you that's what it is. It's because they fancy you, Chris.
Yeah. And Sandra also did say, not to say I wouldn't use the meanings as well, of course.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's the thing, Sandra.
Yeah.
Sandra, is that the Sandra that I get the Wizard of Oz tarot off of?
Is that the...
I think it is the same, because Sandra, I think if it's the same one, I bought, Sandra was selling a copy of the Wizard of Oz tarot in a swap and buy and sell group, and I was lucky enough to nab it.
Nice.
Possibly is the same one.
Well,
really?
Yeah. So, Jeffrey says the Tarot of Tails 9 of Swords versus the 9 of Swords in the RWS. Do I have the... You have that one?
I don't think so, but maybe.
Oh, look, I just happen to have it here.
Oh, what have you got?
The Tarot of Tales for Jeffrey's Point.
I don't know what that is.
So, and
Is that
Sandra said, I don't think so, but maybe. LOL.
I don't think so.
So 9 of Swords. Hang on. Here you go. There's the 9 of Swords in the Tarot of Tales.
That's so cute.
That's a nice 9 of Swords.
It is, yeah.
Oh, that's
Jeffrey made me do this one, so yeah. Jane the Secret Tarot is here. Hi, Jane.
Hi.
So, and yeah. So I do think I think one of the things that I always keep in mind is you're right. You're right, Chris. There is a difference between with knowledge and how to apply that. I always say knowledge is one thing. Wisdom is knowing when and how to apply that knowledge. So and so you sort of have to make sure that works. So but
yeah, totally.
Gerald, where is it you are? Are you in the East Coast?
I am in East Coast time zone, yes.
Are you?
I'm in Ohio, remember? I have the Ohio accent.
Is the Ohio? What's Ohio next to? Oloho?
What? Indiana,
right?
Pennsylvania.
Okay. Oh, so it's kind of north. It's kind of northeasty.
It's part of. It's like the center. It's not quite the center of the country, but it's close. So yeah, here you go. Robbie is like an Indiana, Kentucky.
I was just asking because I think we should get Gerald to come to StarCon.
StarCon.
It's like a tarot conference in Florida, Gerald.
Yes, I'm aware of it. I don't yeah. I don't know if I'm I don't know if I can do that. I don't have a costume.
You don't need a costume. You can come and be part of my entourage.
Oh, Marion, you want me to be part of your entourage because I know how to treat people well. I mean, I've had people come over and I have been their handler or famous people in the knitting world. And we're taking them out for appropriate beverages and drinks. And I always find out what your favorite beverage is and your favorite snack, and I make sure that that's readily available.
And Twining's English breakfast, but the British version, because the American version is totally different, and quiche.
Okay. Duly noted. I should write that down. Wow. Chris, is she playing me?
No.
Now I'm going to have to show up at StarCon and
no,
I'm Marion's handler. I'm her Sherpa.
No, I'm doing an intensive, and Lisa Papez is going to be there. Who's going to be Cardsy B, Anthony Perrotta, Chris, if I can convince him enough.
Wow. So, do you have other thoughts about this deck, Chris, that you want to share? Because, I'd love to be able to do readings with it sometime. And if Marion would get a copy, I would invite Marion if they would be so interested.
Tell you what, Marion will have a copy. And I would love to do readings with it. Like I say, I use it a lot. I take it with me every time I do readings in person, like at one of these events. I don't think I've really got much else to share. The only thing I would add is defaced mine. I've written the decans on mine because I find that quite handy to have. I particularly use them when I'm reading timing. I've said this before. But yeah, no.
So what do you mean when you read it for timings? What do you mean?
So I'll do readings, and if someone do it one of two ways. So like I think we can look at the next year, and we can predict when shifts in particular areas of our life are going to happen. So if Gerald, if you were to say to me, my career, I know you're retired, right? But if you were to say to me, look, I'm thinking about making a change in my career, do we see anything happening? When are there particular shifts coming up? When is there the highest potential for change in that area of my life?
Okay.
We can look and we can pull cards, and it depends. Like sometimes they're giving us nothing, right? Sometimes they don't want to say. Sometimes they'll give us a particular time of when this is a good time to act, or you can expect changes in that area of your life to happen then. Oftentimes what will come up is other cards before it that are telling you, right, this is like what's got to happen first, or this is your job in the meantime, this is what you've got to do.
Right.
Well, I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about rather than just trying to describe it.
Yeah.
I need to shuffle my deck because it's all in order. And
yeah, I was doing the same thing. Marion, what were you holding up while Chris shuffles?
This is a PDF that I made painstakingly, and it has got all the Minor Arcana 2 through 10, and it's got the elements, it has got the dates of the year, and it has got the planetary correspondence. So this is the decans laid out easy to understand.
And is that available, or is that just something that Marion did for Marion?
That's just something Marion did for Marion, but if you want one, I can send you the PDF.
Well, I would say yes to that. So
I'll send you.
Thanks. And I will also look for an RWS in Mandarin, because now I'm one of the things as a practicing witch is I'm very good at manifesting some things. So, I enjoy that.
I could probably speak to my printer of the Kickstarter, do you know what I mean, and say to her, it's like, do you have a Mandarin one? Because the reason why is I am going to be teaching tarot to Mandarin speaking people. So and I have a translator and everything. It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice as part of the class, they have a Waite-Smith, because I teach with Waite-Smith, but if they have a Waite-Smith and with the titles in Mandarin.
That would be great. And I know Maru said something about it may be challenging because the tarot is not looked upon well in the culture. So...
which is kind of ironic, considering about 95% of the world's tarot cards are printed in China.
Well, that's true, but yeah. Okay, Chris, do you want me to see if I can embiggen you?
Sure. I'm just trying to pick out some cards to. Okay.
So I'll do this, Chris.
Okay. Cheers. So a couple of examples, right? So you might ask a question. So for example, you might say, right, when can I expect to see some shifts in my career? And you might pull. So to me, the way that I do this, I need my deck to have uprights and reversals in it. If it comes up upright, then it's telling us about timing. Now, the Devil corresponds to Capricorn. So the shift is likely to happen in the season of Capricorn. So, for example, if your querent was to say to you, I'm looking for love, I'm looking for a new partner. When is this going to happen for me, or when is there the most kind of a potential for change? When should I act on that? So, if you pull that, then to me that's right Capricorn. So that's actually coming up quite soon. That's Capricorn's the next season that we come to, isn't it? Kind of towards the end of December. So between the end of December and kind of a mid-January, so you can talk in the specific dates, so you can talk about when Capricorn starts and ends if you want to, and you can do the same thing with the decans. But I tend to just say, look, you're looking kind of a December, January type time. That's maybe when to act on that. The fact that no cards have come up before that would suggest that, you know, there's nothing you need to do. You know, this is just, it's outside your control. Something's happening during this time, and that's just your job, I guess, to look out for it and to be alive to the possibilities.
Sure. Yeah.
You might. So another question that you might get is career. The example that I used before. So somebody might say, "Look, I'm interested in, you know, changing my career, or you know, I'm looking to know if there's any kind of changes coming up for me. Yeah, you know, when should I act, or when do you see changes happening?" So you might pull a reverse card, and you might pull a couple of reverse cards, and you kind of keep going until you get an upright card. So we've got Aquarius, we've got so it's 5, 6, and 7. So this is the middle decan in Aquarius, which I think Aquarius is January, February. So this is like kind of your start of February, from roughly the 1st of February until maybe the 10th, or, you know, I'll be out, but I think if I'm remembering rightly, it's around about that time. It's the start of February.
Until the 18th of February. Right,
there we go. So those are the exact dates. But if I'm doing this in a reading, then I'm just saying you're looking at kind of the start of February. Okay, that's when you're looking at that change happening, and that's when there's the most flux in your life in that area. So that's kind of you know, when you want to be alive to the possibilities of change. Now, the reverse cards tell us, you know, what needs to happen first. What's your job in the meantime? So the Ace of Swords is kind of a suggestion to me, right, that, you know, there is the possibility that this will happen, but you're not looking at things in the right way. You need to kind of have a new perspective on things, a beginner mindset, do you know what I mean? Just look at the thing in a whole new way. That needs to happen first. The world's reversed, you know, could suggest, you know, actually maybe you need to be in a different place for this to happen. And that could be a kind of a literal physical thing, or it could be metaphorical. So these are very much kind of saying the same thing. Like, it's like, you know, it needs a different mindset. You need to be in a different space. That the world always suggests to me there is, like, it's like there's the perfect niche for you. There's the perfect space. Right. But it's like you need to find that place first. And that all comes with this embracing this new mindset. If you can do that in the meantime, that's your job between now and the start of February. If you can do that, if you can look at things differently, then you'll be able to manifest change in your career around about that time. Sometimes you might pull a card like the High Priestess, who, depending on, you know, how you read it, sometimes what she's saying is, like, you know, she's been a silent and cagey bitch. She's not telling you, you know, we're just not telling you right now. You know, you don't get to know when it's happening. Sometimes the High Priestess can be saying they know full well. They know exactly when they need to do it. They just need to trust themselves. So depending on how you read them, and there's other cards that don't correspond to exact time frames. So like your Empress, for me, can generally talk about, it's going to happen, but it's going to depend on someone else. You need someone else's assistance to do it. Your Hanged Man, delay. So however long you think it, whenever you think it should be, there's going to be a delay. Your Tower, Mars, it's going to happen out of the blue. You've got no control over it. It's probably going to create a shitstorm, but it's coming in, and it's coming in fast, and you just kind of need to prepare yourself best you can. So that's, sorry, that was a lot of information to fire at you, but that's great. Kind of in a nutshell how I do timing. I'm very much like, I don't think that there's any set future, and I say this to anyone that I'm reading for. I don't really believe that there's one set future. I think there's certain things that, you know, that we can't influence, and there's certain things that we do. I think that those choices that we make, those ways that we do influence things, that can make a big difference, and that can branch off into different futures. So that's why I tend to keep it within a year, because I think that's when, you know, that's when we've got the most influence. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of the way that I do it.
And this is when you get a reading from Chris, Elemental Cartomancy. This is the in-depth and the skill that he possesses. So definitely worth your time. Yeah, I mean, gosh. And Marion, I know, I mean, stop flaunting that you just rolled out of bed looking at fabulous. Sheesh. Next time, if I can get you to come back, I will wear a red wig.
I don't, because I might change my hair colour. I'm debating. I don't know.
Okay.
I think I'll keep it red for a bit longer. I'll keep it red until I go to StarCon. Gentlemen, we're being watched.
We're being watched.
Oh, in the chat.
No, we're being watched by somebody. So.
Oh, who are we being watched by? And by the way, Nancy is here. A Paper Moon Tarot said, intriguing that Capricorn's devil comes along at Christmas. True.
Because it's a time of merriment and joy.
Yeah, that's isn't it?
There is a Chinese tarot, but it's written in English. And they don't mind helping us be superstitious, I guess. LOL. So, and Mama Sushi is here.
Oh, hello.
And Marilyn's Musings and Tarot. Spiritual Sean has arrived.
I'm loving all these names. They're so fab.
Jenny Adams is here. And, you know, there's a lot of beauty for the red.
Thank you. Well, do you know what it is, right? It's actually not my real colour, right? My real colour is mousy.
What?
It's mousy brown. But because I'm a ginger gene carrier, I have the skin tone to carry off the red hair.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, fun fact.
There you go. Well, gosh. Well, thank you both for joining us for the a little chaotic
The utter carnage.
Weiser Tarot deck casual with the amazing Elemental Cartomancy and Marion K. Tarot and Tarotstache. It's lovely to have the three of us together. Thank you. And thank you for being willing to jump on and be sandwiched by two Scorpios.
It was a pleasure, believe me.
So.
Yeah,
and
thank you, Marion. That was really sweet of you. It was very last minute. I literally messaged Marion whilst we were live, people. So
yes.
I was like, give me 10 minutes to look presentable.
So yeah, it was an extra casual. So I do want to announce one of the things that I posted recently on my channel is the Glimmer Globe. The Glimmer Globe challenge is starting December 1st, running for however long you want it to go. And Glimmer Globe is an opportunity for us to collect the glimmers in our lives, the positive things that we see that bring us joy, the simple things. Because when we put them into a jar with a crystal in the bottom or something like that, it tells the universe we want more of those things.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's just a lot of fun.
Oh.
So Scorpio sandwiches, my favorite. And Jeffrey is like going fantastic guests.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
So links will be below for Marianne's contact information. Chris and mine are down there. Chris,
please look in for a reading. Times are hard, people. Friends are few.
Do you realize you're probably going to get like 30 Weiser Tarot decks in the mail? You know.
No, don't send me decks. Please don't send me decks.
Glimmer Globe, McRib, Starbucks, and greater than 5 1/4 inches is what Robbie says. That's what they're grateful for. I like you, Robbie. Please show up. Yeah, please show up at my channel on occasion.
My cans as well.
And big hands. Well, remind me to tell you what the funny thing is about the tiny hands. I'll do that backstage. So, because I'm not doing this live. So, Chris, any last minute words before anything you want to tell people about what you coming up?
I don't think I've got anything particular coming up anytime soon. So no, I just want to thank you both. Marion, again, you came on at the last minute, looking fabulous. Gerald, also looking fabulous. Thank you so much for hosting and for doing this with me, for having me. It's been great. It's been great fun. I love going live with people. It's nice. Sometimes it's nice to, you know, to have someone to just chat with and stuff, rather than going live yourself. So I really appreciate that.
Of course.
You make chaos with me. Why?
And Marion, what do you have coming up? I mean, other than the Kickstarter, which I have put into both chats.
Thank you. What have I got? Next weekend I'm going to Vienna to do numerology, but I will be a student.
Ooh.
That coming up, so it's a bit of fun. Going to see the Lipizana horses, the Spanish riding school. Gerald, I'm so excited.
Okay.
And then got to do some numerology, check out some Christmas markets, that kind of thing. Then what have I got? Working. I've got a couple of things, like private venue things. Then January I have got StarCon in Florida. You can come in person or you can come virtually. It is StarCon, STAARCON.
StarCon. And Nancy said those horses are amazing. Enjoy, Marion.
Mm-hmm. So. It's a whole thing for childhood. That's been a childhood ambition. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I have Glimmer Globe starts on Sunday, and then I have Medium Betsy Palmer. We're doing a laugh and learn about your personal baseline. So it's like, what is your personal baseline so that when you need support, what you can tell when you need that. And then on Monday evening, I have a caffeinated and unfiltered readings where they're just off the hook. I mean, so, but, and all right, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please do me the favor to like and subscribe to show your support to all of the channels. Links are included in the description.
See the glimmer thing. So can I just ask, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
The glimmer thing, is that like how we make like videos, like YouTube videos of the things that make us like happy?
You can, but the whole idea is to write them down one a day and put it into a jar or some sort of a container. And it's just, it could be a gratitude practice. You could look at it as a gratitude practice, but glimmers are the opposite of a trigger in the sense that they have a positive response.
Now see, because I've got this wee doodah with all these Post-its.
That would lovely. That would totally work. I want those Post-its.
I will.
I'm going, wow, Post-its. I love me some Post-its.
All these flags, look, they're all multicolored. Yep. And it's got a container thing. Look, I love this thing, honestly. I love it. So. Come to StarCon and I'll bring you one.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Spend
right. Low.
Yeah. And are you bringing your own tea, or do I have to order that from Amazon, the Zon of Amma, to be shipped to me? English breakfast tea, right? English breakfast.
I'll bring my own. I travel. Okay. There's 3 things I always travel with, right? Twinings English breakfast tea.
Oh, good choice.
A toilet roll. And my own towel. Trust me.
Okay.
It's a Sagittarius ascendant thing.
Is that like from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
No, that's just for Marion's personal experience of traveling in life.
Okay. So thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.